Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here, Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, well, now you know. This is the best show on the block, guaranteed to be the best. Some else, some new, some original, something to get you to break outside the box, restructure your mindset, reanalyze the norm, get you to think, implement, strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect, see what you come up with, and as we go, right? Basically we check in and kind of show and tell our results. We kind of come in and kind of show an example of what we've been working on. Hopefully it's got potential to keep growing and keep progressing in a good fashion, which means that it's good for you and everybody else around you. And maybe it's something that can inspire somebody else. For example, I love these examples, like just throwing up like commonalities between like human beings, right? One big thing that I've been working on that matters a lot to me, right? It's health and fitness. The actual physicality of it, though, like aesthetics, wanting your body to perform at its best, but you also want to look good in your wardrobe, basically. For me, it's like I'm like 6 foot. Um, and so depending on how much body mass I accumulate or don't, really determines how my clothes are gonna fit, or if I'm even gonna find any. Like sometimes I'll go to the store in the past, and I was at the point where nothing fit me anymore. It was really difficult to find clothes that would be long enough to cover like my ass crack type shit. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, right? My clothes weren't fitting. I was too big, and the amount of stretch or the amount of canvas fabric that had to cover certain locations, yet took up too much space, and other locations were really exposed, and it was very uncomfortable. I figured that the only way to change my circumstances, if I wanted them to change, would be to actually lose the weight. That would be it. Like that'd be the only way to fucking actually put myself in a better position when it came to fitting in my wardrobe. You know what I mean? Or actually going out there and choosing a wardrobe. That's another circumstance. That's a humongous different challenge because when you're always fluctuating in body weight, when you're always fluctuating in motherfucking body weight, um, you could you could not have the advantage of actually consistently accumulating a good wardrobe, and that's on some real shit. So what happened for me was is that I was trying to accumulate certain color patterns. I was trying to like build something up that actually looked good. And due to the fact that I would go to the stores and I would look for clothing, but my size was just off. It was just not suitable for certain attires, certain pants, certain color sequences on the shirts, certain fabrics wouldn't align. I had a lot of trouble. I had a lot of trouble like in my shoulder area, in my back area. It just wouldn't fit. I had a trouble with like my midsection on my stomach and the way that my belt would sit on it and hug it or not. And well, what happened was is that my belly donut, it got too big, so it was like a belly donut, right? Nasty ass freaking sound, but the belly donut got too big, and so when I put the belt on, it would be over or under. But if I wanted it over, in order to be working and whatnot, and then feel more secure that I didn't have the plumber's ass crack, at some point it would slip through the donut and end up underneath the donut, and then it would just be very uncomfortable. It would be a very uncomfortable scenario to deal with day to day to day to day. And I felt like if I just lost the weight and targeted those areas and try to fix it, I wouldn't have to deal with this issue every motherfucking day. Like I wouldn't have to deal with this issue every day. And so I started to implement the diet and exercise and workouts in order to correct these headaches. They were just headaches. It was just like going to different places in life and not feeling confident or feeling uncomfortable or just feeling out of place. Or sometimes I wouldn't even show up because I wouldn't have fucking the right attire to wear. And no matter how much I went, I couldn't basically find it. So that right there on its own. I always talk about like, oh, the health aspect and feeling better. That's true. The energy, that's true. The strength, that's true. But I mean, we also got to like understand that we're doing the work for certain aesthetics as well. And it's not really like, oh, what do I look like from that person's view to me? But it's like, what do I look like? How do I choose it? How do I coordinate it? How does it fit? How does it make me feel on an emotional level and on a tangible level? How does it make me feel? Am I fucking comfortable with the clothes I have on? Do I feel like as they say, do I feel like $1,000,000 so I could go out there and do what I have to do without being held back mentally or emotionally due to dressing attire? So I think this is my idea, my opinion. I think that if we get our physique to the top shape, the maxed out, like, oh, that's the epitome of what your physique can be naturally. And one, you just accept you for you. You love yourself just the way you are while you keep working towards your goals. But day to day to day to day, just love yourself for you. I mean, even if the circumstances aren't ideal, don't wait for tomorrow or don't wait for next month. Don't wait for you to show up like the new better version of you before you start fucking giving yourself that self-love, right? So I believe that there's a lot more to it. And then when you focus on the strength aspect of it, right? So we're about to hit June. And so June, about June 10th, it basically marks the 90-day process of my personal 90-day challenge to basically increase anything. I don't know exactly what I'm going to get better at. I don't know exactly what's going to develop because in the past I've noticed that when I focus on certain key features and I don't hit it, I ignore other results that basically came in as a tangent, like catch 22. I worked out so hard, I ended up with these various results instead of this one targeted results that I was initially going for. So in the past, I had these target goals. I didn't quite reach them. I wasn't noticing all these other fucking um, side benefits to what I was doing. I got discouraged. I basically felt like fucking I was wasting my time. And it was more of a stressful situation than a pleasureful journey, right? So nowadays, I'm like, I'm going to take on the challenge. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to put in the effort. I know it's only 90 days. I'm going to break it down a month at a time. I'm going to start a exercise routine. I'm going to try and stay more consistent on my diet and nutrition. I'm going to stay as consistent as I can on my sleep. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. I'm going to work myself as a human fucking robotic program for 90 days. I'm going to ignore a lot of stuff. I'm going to ignore a lot of events. I'm going to ignore a lot of situations and experiences because this 90-day journey means that much to me. It takes up most of my free time, right? So, what did I experience in 90 fucking days? In 90 days in the mix, I took some progress pictures and I ended up in the most cut shape I've ever experienced in a long time. And I'm 40 years old. So I have pictures of me looking fucking just wow. But relatively, it was one of those more intense moments. And I was really, honestly, really, really fatigued when I took those pictures, I was really fucking fatigued. So I've been doing the same workouts, same type of intensity, yada yada yada. But this weekend, I went over to see my son, and I totally fucking destroyed my diet, eating carne asada, fries, like multiple servings, going to get pizzas. I was eating fucked up amounts of chocolate. I was eating fucked up amounts of ice cream. I mean, I was destroyed my diet, having a good time and enjoying the moment with my son, right? Still did the workouts, but really, really destroyed my diet on the side. Came back, I noticed that a lot of my results were gone. They were just, it just wasn't there anymore. So those pictures didn't really exist. Past that day, a week later, it was like, wow, you lost all your results. Yes. Yes. So once again, if I was pinpointed focused on that one trajectory, if I would pinpoint it focus on reaching that one goal of like that look, that aesthetic look, then when I got there, it would be like elated. But when I saw it, I really wasn't in tune with really basking in the glory of I reached that goal. I was more like in tune with like, yeah, 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 what's next, right? And what's next was is I fucked up my diet and I lost all that because my body retained a lot of that extra calorie and extra yada yada, and I bloated up. I bloated, right? I wasn't like sucked up, hollow with fucking. I bloated. You could even see it in my face and shit. So that would have been like, oh, you wasted 90 motherfucking days because that one goal that you were progressing towards, you hit it and you fucked it up, right? So what did I notice on the side of that look that I got a picture of that I could say I did it? I was there, right? It's like a glimpse of what you're going to look like in the next phase. It's a glimpse of the next phase. The whole thing is for you to continue basically your next 90 days, your next 6 months. And if you do it correctly, you'll end up looking that day to day. That'll be your next day to day look. It'll actually be your normal physique, kind of. Because right now it's hard to maintain, but you could see that it's achievable for you. You could see that it will show up. So if you keep putting in the work, um, it'll your body will naturally start molding and shaping to create that new look as your new physique. It's just giving you like uh it like predicting the future. You saw it. Now are you willing to go out and get it or not? Okay, so before I start fucking wandering with different ideas, here's one that took place yesterday. And it's a goal accomplished without me even putting any effort into achieving it. It just happened as a catch 22 byproduct of everything I was up to initially. Right. So yesterday I was able to crank out 20 real pull-ups. Now it might and it might not seem like a lot to you, but it was 2 sets of 10. It ended up completing 20 full body total range pull-ups, and it was the first time I've ever completed something like that in 90 days. So basically 90 fucking days ago I was not doing any pull-ups, and it's not even 90 days yet. I'm really close. June 10th, we're still not even in June, we're like right there though. um I started out with these challenges. I started adding dips, pull-ups, sit-ups, different types of variables on top of my normal routine. And I would like, I want to push my body just a little further than normal on this 90-day challenge, right? I ended up cranking out 20 pull-ups. On a side note, on a tangent, I wasn't even going for it. I wasn't even trying to accomplish this, but my level of strength increased so dramatically that I went in 90 days from zero pull-ups. I mean, I couldn't do a pull-up. I basically fucking hung on the bar and I planted my feet on the floor, and I would basically break my knees but I would really sustain my body weight with my fucking legs regardless. So I would do the whole process, but it wasn't like a full pull up. Like I was hanging on the bar. I was sustaining myself with my knees and my feet, which means that they were what were they called? Modified pull ups. So I did a fuck ton of modified pull ups for almost 90 days, and there's like a certain way I do them, and I could explain it later, right? But I said I'm gonna hit this target number every day, and it was 200 modified. It don't fucking matter what they look like. I gotta just hit this number and build up the muscle ranges, the muscle structures. I'm starting from scratch, right? And there was an experience when it came to the abs. There was an experience when it came to the dips, and there was an experience when it came to the pull-ups. With the pull-ups yesterday, I was fucking tripping that I was able to hit 20. Now, in the moment, I knew I could do one because I've already done it like a couple weeks ago, right? I don't fucking try to full blown every fucking day. I think that's retarded. But um, I knew I could do one or two, but I knew from the past not to get excited when I end up reaching certain milestones. You get excited, you push too hard, you're not ready for that type of fucking conditioning, right? You're barely getting into that zone. So I took it real slow, and all of a sudden the numbers started genuinely climbing. I hit 10. I was so excited on a very subtle calm note that I took like a 30-second break because I kind of regretted stopping, and I got back on it, and I hit 10 more, and I was fatigued as fuck. I was dead ass like, oh shit. But it was still something that was achieved. On a side note, on those same 90 days, I've achieved some other levels of noticeable improvement in the way that I'm able to control my technique for the abs, the dips, and the pull-ups. And when it comes to different variations of like push-ups and whatnot, and doing all those different movements, like I'm able to have more control on my core and more control of the whole foundation, the structure of like how my body formally is getting molded and shaped into the aesthetic. The aesthetic. Now, I took on this 90-day journey. I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew what to expect. Results. Now, they got there exactly the way I wanted to aesthetically, but then I kind of lost it because I fucked up. But I kept an open mind and I stayed optimistic, and I said I'm just gonna do it for fun, and I'm not gonna stay strictly focused on this one area because the few times I've done it before, it fucked me up. It stressed me out. It stressed me out to reach it and lose it, right? So I'm just gonna do it, yada yada yada, and just kind of stay open minded and see what kind of like secondary results or what kind of secondary achievements, and boom, there it is. There it is. So although I might not have completely gained and retained everything, you did accomplish a lot. That kind of the story. That's the moral of the story type shit, right? We're at 18 minutes, almost 19, but I'm encouraging you to go out there and like pursue and accomplish stuff and focus on a certain goal and task and everything and whatnot, but like stay open minded to the idea that you're putting in the work, you're getting results in multiple areas. It's not just the fucking area that you're pointing towards. So even though it might take you longer to hit that fucking marker goal, open your eyes and realize that there's a lot more going on around you than that one certain particular piece, due to the fact that you're going so motherfucking hard on this and all these other changes are going on around you in a positive note. And I'm just encouraging you to sit back, analyze the whole situation, and see it for yourself. Like see it for yourself, and then be proud of yourself for everything you've achieved and accomplished, because it was very difficult. There was a lot of torture. It was a lot of discipline. It was a lot of you doing shit that normally you wouldn't want to. It kind of really fucking tripped out how somebody would go that far, into accomplishing anything in life. Like, wow, you're really that committed to something. So word of the day, y'all, commitment. What does it mean to you, and how can you show through your personal experience that you have what it takes to stay committed to something? Anyways, y'all, I'll catch y'all later.